here we are looking at the collapsed Key Bridge here in Baltimore. It's taken me a while to figure out where to go to actually get a shot of it because every peninsula, Fort Armstead, everywhere is closed and blocked off. But you can see the cargo ship is right there. And there's the bridge in the water. It's just, I don't even know what to say. I could never imagine something like this happening. And get a little bit closer here. There's Fort Armstead is right there, and Fort Carroll is right there. But I went over there earlier this morning, and it's blocked off still. But what a horrible, horrible thing to see. I haven't seen it yet. This is the first time seeing it in person. It's just horrific. I don't know what to say. I feel so awful for the people that passed away. I haven't done this in a while. Go in and see if we can find anything interesting. Such a beautiful day here. Really pretty day. Well, I'll tell you this picture here, what the hell is this? What is that? Is this supposed to be food? That is the ugliest, most horrifying thing I've ever seen. What in God's name is it? Potpourri? Looks like cancer. And seriously, it looks like fucking cancer. It's vile. Wow, they really captured something there. A creepy snowman with two sheep. It's like terrifying. This thing needs to be flung into outer space. It's so cheap. Well, we're on our way to prison. Isn't that pretty? During the spring crime spree. On our way to prison. Looks like Shawshank Redemption. Alright, let's see. We have dishware here. And we have this plate, which is made in China, which means that it's probably radioactive. You eat some dish off of there, you're gonna have glowing white teeth. God damn, these thrift stores are just nothing but junk. Used to be you could come to the thrift store and find some cool stuff. Like these YouTube videos where these people go to thrift stores and they find like this awesome shit. You can't find any of that here. It's just a bunch of crap. Like, oh, family. What do they put in here? Teeth? Coffee mugs. From Starbucks. This thing probably cost $20 when it was sold in the store. Treats. See, I would just put like pills in here, like alprazolam and opioids. All right, now let's see. And sometimes They'll have a cool lamp. This isn't terrible. It still works. Probably still works. I think that's from Target, actually. Let's see, we're still searching here. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. Yeah. Glad to see the thrift store is selling a sealed $3.99 vibrator. You know. Hey, sir, do you need a vibrator?
Huh?
I'm just kidding. You know, even though this is cute, who is going to buy this? Look, they bought it from Wriggles. Thank you. Look at this. Who's going to buy this? Who is she? Phyllis George on network TV. Well, she looks like somebody who would make crepes. She has that crepey skin. This has a radio, I guess, I don't know what this is. A coffee maker and something else. Who is going to buy this? I mean, what person would need this? This is ridiculous. It's from like the early 70s. You know, this thrift store, I don't think I've ever looked at this section over here of the furniture stuff. And honestly, I don't think there's a reason to ever again. What are they talking about furniture? Where? Just a mess. Those goddamn televisions. I mean, all this stuff is just junk. Total junk. How gross this is. Oh my god. Ew, it stinks. When I was in the thrift store, I started like feeling anxious. And I felt nauseous. And I figured out why. I drank this iced tea for lunch. And it was like so fucking strong. And it literally tasted like coffee. It was so strong. It's just the caffeine that was in it. I must have had like triple caffeine or something. I gotta get some Alka-Seltzer. So I wanted to talk about this, an experience that I had the other night in this garage. It was very late. I had just come home from my parents' house. So it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, like 1:30. This garage has motion sensor lights. So at night, they are off unless you drive in and they come back on again. Now, there has been a few times in this garage where I have felt uneasy. And a couple other people who I've spoken to have said the same thing. They said, it's not because it's downtown or anything, because at night you can't get in here, it's all locked up. You have to use a card to get in. Occasionally there will be like a homeless person or something that sleeps in the stairwell, but they're not a harm to anybody. They're just trying to get in here to keep warm. But there's been experiences here that I've had where, I don't know, just weird things. Like if I'm listening to a podcast and it's not over yet, I'll sit in the garage and turn the heat on and, finish listening to the podcast. Or if there's a show that I have on, I listen to it while I'm driving, and then, I'll get here and watch the end of the show. And sometimes I've noticed, like, if I sit here, the lights will go off eventually, but then sometimes, like, a light will pop on for no reason. It could be a bug, or it could be, I don't know what it could be, because sometimes in the dead of winter where it's cold in here, there's not many bugs out, so I don't know exactly what could cause them to come on. But besides that, it's just more of a feeling. It's like a weird kind of feeling. But this experience I had the other night was kind of the weird experience. So I was sitting in the truck. Here's my truck. I was sitting in the truck, and out the back window, I looked over, not just out of the corner of my eye, and I saw somebody, or I thought I saw somebody, like a person, like I couldn't tell if it was like a man or a woman, walk around the corner here and walk down towards this way. And I thought it was a little odd. Now, it wasn't on this floor. This is the top floor, because there's nowhere to park downstairs, because it's 11 o'clock in the morning on a weekday, so all the people that work down here are parked. But this, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I didn't turn around. And then I looked in my rear view, because I'm like waiting to see a person walk by, and there was nobody there. And I turned and looked behind me, and there was nobody there. And the reason I looked in my rear view was because the light, it was like, well, there's a light downstairs, I think, that's here. I was parked somewhere else. I was parked like here. The light behind my vehicle had come on. So that's why I looked, because I'm like, oh, sometimes people come in here in the middle of the night, they forget something in their car, or, whatever. And I was expecting to see somebody walk by, and there was nobody. There was nobody there. And I swear, I saw somebody walk out of this, well, 3 floors below, walk out of this area, and then walk towards the back of my vehicle going down this way. So when the light came on, I looked in my rearview mirror, because I'm like, oh, there's somebody here, and there was nobody. There was nobody there. I sat there for a minute, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to go inside. And so I turned off the vehicle, got out, and I just kind of walked over to here and looked up the ramp, and there was nobody there. And whatever happened, or whatever was going on, I swear I saw somebody walk out of off that ramp and around the corner there. I mean, it was just clear as day. It was, well, not clear as day, but it was definitely in the corner of my eye, which has happened before. I've seen people park their car, walk by. I've seen them out of the corner of my eye, and never thought much of it. But because it was so late, I assumed that I would see them. Now, this parking garage, of course, is connected to the Belvedere Hotel in Baltimore. So just about 10 feet from this wall on the other side is where Ray Rivera, the Unsolved Mystery story, where he landed and died. I will actually, let's go up there and check it out real quick. Pretty dramatic. But up here, and nobody really parks up here, but I've only had to park up here maybe once or twice. But you can see the Belvedere is connected to this parking garage. Let's get out and have a look here. So this is the rear of the Belvedere. The old chimneys, because every room has a fireplace, but they don't work anymore. But this right here, Ray Rivera landed right here when he jumped, and down these skylights here are. There used to be a pool, a swimming pool, in the building, and these two skylights were on top of it. Now they filled the pool in, and the space turned into a church, and then the church closed, and it was locked up for many months. So when Ray Rivera jumped and landed there, he fell through the roof and was in that old church space for 4 or 5 days before they found him. They found his car parked behind here, but I don't know how he... They think he jumped from up at the top there, and somehow, I don't know if he took a running start and hit here, because it's between here and there, it's 40 feet. So you wouldn't have that much time to really travel that far out, I don't think, unless he jumped from one of the chimneys, or maybe the ledge, one of these ledges. The 11th floor is here. You see those windows there, and I had an office up there, and I was able to get the window open. Like, it's just a pain. Like, you just slide it out and it comes out. And he could have gotten to the 11th floor and opened one of the windows up. And it's hard to say, because a lot of the windows are only in the offices, so he would have had to have accessed one of the offices, because he wouldn't have been able to shimmy out here and go along here and get to the other side. So this building is really pretty, but it's also very creepy. But yeah, he landed right there. You'd think there'd be kind of a mark. But there isn't. One of the residents looked out their window and saw a hole in the roof. That's how they figured it out. But I've lived here almost 3 years, and I've had some very weird experiences in this building, to be honest with you. And I do enjoy living here, because it is a spooky place. But at the same time, there are sometimes at night where I am in bed and I feel kind of creeped out, and so I turn on a fan, and I have white noise playing so I don't hear anything. But I have had some very strange experiences in here. If you watch the video on my main channel called I Live in a Haunted Hotel, you can see some of the stuff that I have captured here, including, I think my best piece of footage is the footage of the old office upstairs. There was a stairwell in it that went to nowhere. I had a Ring camera in there, and the Ring camera went off when we were out driving around, and we reviewed the footage, and this like cloudy, like this like, it looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of appears in the frame and then goes up the stairs and disappears into the ceiling. It's very distinct. You'll have to go check that out, but I don't know what that is. But one of the concierge who work here, he works in the restaurant too, and he also got a piece of footage that looks exactly the same. Like it's kind of the same looking, I don't know what you want to call it, mist or apparition or whatever, I don't know. But I really question ghosts and ghost stories and stuff, and I still question myself even today, living here. You know, weird little things happen, and I just get so spooked, and I'm like you hear like voices. Like sometimes I'll be in my office and I'll hear like a voice behind me, or very faint. Sometimes I hear like people having a conversation. I've heard music, like old music in my apartment that's very faint, but I know that it's not the neighbors, because my neighbors they're the ones calling the front desk about me playing music too loud at night. So I don't know, but pretty creepy place. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Join me on Patreon. This is Dan Bell on Patreon, and Twitter at This Is Dan Bell, and Instagram at This Is Dan Bell. And you can go to my website, thisisdanbell.com. Love you guys. Until next time.